bar. Stopped there by chance just to rest up my car. There in the corner where he'd always been, the old man on the bar stool, looking slender and lean. You were there on that stool last time I was in. 20 short years ago, I said to him, "You're mistaken, my friend," and he said with a smile, "It was that one beside me, but I'll change in a while." Told me his son worked for the Shire, lost his old house in that '83 fire. His daughter nurses old folks in some country town. He's had lots of trouble, but he don't wear no frown. Gets dizzy spells from smoking too much. He's wishing wells, just searching for love. Doesn't drink anymore, doesn't drink any less. Just happy in life, a survivor, I guess. Told me his son worked for the Shire, lost his old house in that '83 fire. His daughter nurses old folks in some country town. He's had lots of trouble, but he don't wear no frown. Finished up my drink and I set to depart. Stared at the wall and old footage of. He offered me a smoke, but I said I had plenty. He held up his hand, said, "I'll see you in 20. It's been 20 long years, and I'd be a fool to wait 20 more years to see the man on that stool." Thank you.
And that was the Shackettes, a song inspired by the Glen Thompson Hotel, which is where a lot of the people went after the '83 bushfires, as you would have picked up from listening to those lyrics there from Michael Shack, the sire of the Shackettes. And Texas Tom coming up pretty soon. I think you've probably seen Texas Tom at various places, including the Penshurst Country Music Festival, organised by, amongst other people, David O'Brien, who sometimes gives away his bass for Michael Shack in the various bands around that district. Dead Livers started off '78, big nights in Sydney when their ambulance broke down. This was on the 1982 tour. I think it was the one where Marty Atchison and Shacky went in and did Donnie Sutherland's sound show, which was a real family occasion. And Brendan's here tonight too. Originally the Mitchell brothers, but they had some agricultural machinery that they were pushing at the time. But we did drive past the very first barbecue where the Livers played down in Brighton the other day, and I think that was organised by you, Brendan? It was. He takes all the credit. Texas Tom's, oh yes, he's almost ready. Of course, Red Smith here, a man that is very colourful and you've seen in various lineups.
Hello.
And of course, Texas Tom, as we said before, a man who towers over pedal steel players and drummers, if there was one. But we'll have more stories about the Dead Livers as the night draws on, and some include the week they got banned from Tamworth. But Texas Tom, about to plug in. Oh, he wants me to keep on going. It's the first time that's ever happened.
A few words, Tommy.
Thank you. Red, of course, one of the ex-DJs at New Country FM, as was, of course, Paul Hicks and Michael Shack even, and various other people who will be coming on stage later in the evening. And, of course, Three-Way FM in Warrnambool, a great staunch launch pad for country music, Francis O'Donnell, and, of course, Mark Struth, Mick Shack, and a cast of thousands at Cosmic Cowboys and Southbound and various other shows. And, of course, Roger Delphos was there holding up the floor. But Texas Tom is now about to take over. And it's not going to be Cambridge Analytics.
Thanks, Dave.
I hit the line in 49, a little hanky-panky, filling up the tanky. It was down in Carlton Town. Mum kicked the blues when we moved back to Hawthorne. Things sent to test us, dear, oh dear. Make you wanna climb the wall in the hallway. Things sent to test us, dear, oh dear. Don't forget to remind yourself that tomorrow is a new day. I was born in Australia. I don't want to regale you too much in the state of Victoria, where we love to see more of you. Dad liked the beer and the talk about the war. Mum would throw some dishes up against the kitchen door. Things sent to test us, dear, oh dear. Make you wanna climb the wall in the hallway. Things sent to test us, dear, oh dear. Make you wanna climb the wall in the hallway. Life goes on, it's a bunch of coconuts. Football on a Saturday afternoon, thank you very much. It's a close one, naturally you lose. You wake up in the morning with a bout like a budgie cage. Things sent to test us, dear, oh dear. Make you wanna climb the wall in the hallway. Things sent to test us, dear, oh dear. Don't forget to remind yourself that tomorrow is a new day. Well, if you're into fortune and you're into fame, I thank you very much, but don't feel any shame. And if you should fall flat on your ass, you'll always be welcome in the working class. So yeah, things sent to test us, dear, oh dear. Make you wanna climb the wall in the hallway. things sent to test us. Dear, oh dear, don't forget to remind yourself that tomorrow is a new day. And again, boys. Ah, things sent to test us. Dear, oh dear, make you want to climb the wall in the hallway. Ah, things sent to test us. Dear, oh dear, don't forget to remind yourself that tomorrow is a new day. Thanks, folks. Written by Marty, Recollections of the Dead Livers, in the marquee out the back of the Stump Hotel down in Warrnambool. I think it might have been after a Port Fairy Music Folk Festival. Thanks to Mick Shack for having us, and thanks to Mick for organising all this fantastic stuff, and to the Dead Livers too. Happy 40th, you blokes.
Won't attempt to use that microphone. He is a little bit taller. But thanks, Texas Tom. You've actually seen a St Kilda supporter playing pedal steel. We have a North Melbourne supporter coming up soon, and his name is also alliterated, so he'll be on for a long time on a Saturday night and a Sunday morning, which is the name of his new album. Spent 6 years in London, but so Michael Meeking is not going to live down to his name. He's going to be mild and Meeking. So put your hands together for Michael Meeking, who has doing a song by a Hawthorn supporter. So that's North Melbourne Hawthorn crossover. And what height do you want your microphone, Michael? Or are you taking this one? He's taking this one. So put your hands together for Michael Meeking and the Lost Souls.
All right, thank you very much. This song's short and sweet, a bit like me, and it's called Stud Like Me. It's a great honour to be asked to do this. Thank you. Well, I wanna be a good old... Oh, sorry, I'll start again. Well, I wanna be a working man, just like good old Earth. A 9 to 5 like Dolly, I hear she's a good old girl. One place that I don't wanna be is in this factory, knitting nuts and bolts together. Ain't no place for a stud like me. All I want is a ticket saying I don't have to work again. Come on, sister, buy my record, won't you get me out of here? All I want is a ticket saying I don't have to work again. Well, I got a face and I got a voice as lovely as can be. I sing in the city, I sit in the country, I might even sing on TV. Well, I don't need no chauffeur-driven Rolls Royce, I settle for a high street. Whoops, there goes the lunchtime bell. I better get me a cup of tea. All I want is a ticket saying I don't have to work again. Come on, people, buy my record, won't you send me back there? All I want is a ticket saying I don't have to work again. Hey there, Mr. Promo, I think you got my message straight. Well, you might rip me off, but make me rich. Or we can make the tax man rich. No dingy bars, keep the big spots shining on me and the boys in the band. And we'll play our music just for fun. Let somebody else load the van. All I want is a ticket saying I don't have to work again. Come on, people, buy my record, don't send me back there. All I want is a ticket saying I don't have to work again. All I want is a ticket saying I don't have to work again. Mr. Brendan Mitchell.
Thank you very much to that fabulous Michael Meeking, supported by Brendan Mitchell. And of course, Brendan and Jane Hilson, who's about to come on stage, work together in a band. Is it Twilight in Tulsa? Not Tulsa Time, is it, Brenda? And if you Google Jane, you'll find the Blackburn Sports and Medicine Clinic. But then again, if you Google Hamish Davidson from the Davidson Brothers, you'll find his chiropractic clinic in Bendigo. But Jane is not doing massages, she's actually doing the weight. And the wait is over. Put your hands together for Jane Hilson.
Good evening.
Hello, Dan. Thank
Hey,
you.
Brendan.
Hi, Jane. Get this guitar, please, Dan.
Happy birthday, Livers.
Pulled into Nazareth, I was feeling about a half past dead. I just needed some place where I could lay my head. Hey, mister, can you tell me where I might find a bed? Jesus Christ shook my hand, Lord was all he said. Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. So I picked up my bag, I went looking for a place to hide. When I saw Hulk Hogan and the devil, they was walking side by side. And I said, hey, Coleman, come on, let's go downtown. She said, I've got to go, but my friends, he can stick around. Stick around. Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. Wake up, Miss Moses, there ain't nothing she can say. But it's just a look, and looks are waiting on a judgment day. Hey, look, my friend, what about young Anna Lee? He said, do me a favor now, I want you to stay and keep Anna Lee company. Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. Crazy Chester followed me, and he caught me in the fall. He said, I'll fix you right if you take old Jack, my dog. I told him, wait a minute, Chester, don't you know I'm a peaceful man? He said, that's okay, won't you feed him just whenever you can? Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me.
You put the
You put the
Lord
Lord
right on me. Put the Lord on, put the Lord on me.
Take a load off.
It's all right, it's all right, it's all right. Put the Lord on me. Put the Lord on me. Put the Lord on, yeah, me.
Jane Hilson.
Thank you. Thank you, Brendan.
And thanks to Jane, and she is going to resuscitate Brendan now. And of course, Kenny Joe Blake probably needs no introduction, but he's going to get one anyway because he's got to plug in his guitar. But you may have heard his own original song, Who Drove the Mystery Train, on the late Peter Colton's album, which was recorded in Austin, Texas, with some great musicians. And Kenny Joe had at least 2 songs on Peter's, his major album, major release. Of course, he was on the original Love to Have a Joint with, Love to Have a Smoke with Malcolm, which was a send-up of Love to Have a Joint with Willie, which of course was a send-up of Love to Have a Drink with Duncan. Kenny Joe actually did a midnight to dawn shift on New Country FM at Beer Can Hill, just down the road here in High Street. He was on for 6 hours, very entertaining, and he didn't need any commercial breaks because he had wall-to-wall music. And Michael Shack is introducing Kenny Joe to the amazing acoustics of an acoustic guitar. And Kenny Joe, you might also recall, was, I guess one of the most colourful characters here. And he might even tell you his real name tonight if you ask him nicely. But please put your hands together for Kenny Joe Blake.
Thank you, David. Back when I used to live not far from here, the police knew me as Kenneth Barber. Tony thought it was a good surname, but I didn't. But this is one of mine. I'm not doing a Dead Livers song. I said I'd do Hard Doing Ken, but I'd rather see the experts do it. But great influence on a songwriter, the Dead Livers, and the wonderful A.P. Johnson. And this is about drinking and driving. I fired up my old pickup truck. I grabbed a pistol just for luck. Thought I'd take me a drive through those back roads of this mine. I grabbed a bottle of red and a bottle of white, a 6-pack of heavy, a 6-pack of light, and I got a little reckless. I missed a turn or two. Oh, I'm driving blind without you. I woke up with my head on the steering wheel, next to a truck with a load of steel. I drank that Roadhouse coffee, then I hit the road. I filled her up and boarded town, took the top off a bottle, and the foot went down. I turned north up some highway, I drove the whole night through. Oh, I'm driving blind without you. Oh, you're on my mind, I'll be driving blind. Got Willie Nelson singing, lots of roads to choose. When you're high on 90 proof, staring at them stars through those bullet holes in the roof. When you're this far gone, there's not a lot you can do. Oh, I'm driving blind without you. When she left, it split the lot, and it seems like all I I got was this old truck and the last of my homebrew. So I just drift from town to town, by the bar I'm laying 'em down. You see me cruising along sipping, singing the blues. Oh, I'm driving blind without you. While you're on my mind, I guess I'll be driving blind. I got Tom Waits a preaching, the floor pan is full of booze. When you're high on 90 proof, staring at them stars through those bullet holes in the roof. When you're this far gone, there's not a lot you can do. Oh, I'm driving blind without you. Oh, I'm driving blind without you. Here's to the livers.
And that, of course, was Kenny Joe Blake. If anyone wondered, and of course you wouldn't, because he is famous, as well as being infamous. And of course, the Dead Livers, 40 years anniversary, amazing, actually, a very amazing occurrence. Coming up, we have the Mary Jig Prunes. They might have passed through before, but Tim Slattery is leading the band. He's, of course, the son of the late Bernie and Anne. And Tim's other claim to fame is that he went to school with Nick Maxwell. Look what happened to him. He ran onto the ground in his role as a runner and got reprimanded rather severely. But Luke Chaplin also in the Mary Jig Prunes, and you may have seen Luke down on the Shipwreck Coast quite a bit. And, oh, Brendan's still here. It looks like the St Kilda supporters are hanging in. Please put your hand together for the Mary Jig Prunes.
Of all the hotels Thank you.
Thank you. It was just like being back at the Star of the West when Ronnie Wearmouth was that great publican and, of course, a great Collingwood player. And remember the time he was in a fracas at Geelong in the race with someone whose name I've forgotten. But Tim Slattery, Bernie Slattery, you might recall, great journalist, started off up in Queensland, did his journalism diploma through RMIT, I think. They had a journalism course which he did by correspondence, but also worked in the Sunraysia Daily Mail, also further down in Renmark, I think, in South Australia. Came back, worked on the Geelong Advertiser, and was one of the pioneer journalists in the digital area of the Herald Sun here in Melbourne. But before that, Bernie played football with Terang under-18s, and he was a year younger than me, but his coach said, "Get that prick out there with the long hair, deal with him." At that stage, no one was playing football with shoulder-length hair in the Hampton League, but Bernie later told me that story, and I'm greatly indebted to him for it. But it didn't result in a song, but Warren Keats is coming up, and he's got a colourful history. Son of Les and Joy Keats, who grew up in Tasmania. They got out in the 50s, came over here to the mainland. He was born in Ivanhoe in 61, and of course, very famous country music family, had his own band, and of course the Les and Joy were on. Oh, they've changed the running sheet.
I don't think Warren Keats is here, haven't
Apparently he's not here, so we.
Call Paul Hicks to the stage.
It looks like we're calling Paul Hicks to the stage on the football topic. Anyway, I can tell you a bit more about the Keats family. They were on 7LA in Launceston, which was, when I worked there in the 60s, it was regarded as being the little sister of 70X, which was the Rocky station where guys like Jim Cox and Rod Stone worked. And Jim Cox started off his career at 7BU in Burnie, later became Minister for Police in Tasmania, but in between that he won a couple of Logies for his TV shows in Launceston. He used to do a quiz show and also used to read the news. He'd wear his shorts, but he had the tie and collar on for the Van Diemen's Land audience. He won 2 Logies and worked on 7BU, and I think we're waiting for Paul Hicks, so try and get back into this radio thing. Of course, Shacky's still on 3-Way FM. Kenny Joe Blake did the midnight to dawn shift on New Country FM. Paul Hicks, of course, was on New Country FM, as was Red Smith. And it looks like Paul's coming up now. I'm going to have to refer to my notes. Oh, here we are. Like Luke Sinclair, Paul played football for Wangaratta. Now, of course, Luke Sinclair is the lead singer of Raised by Eagles. He won Beechworth's Most Courageous Player in 91, Best and Fairest in 92, after Wangaratta Imperial stint in 1989. I think you'll find that Paul Hicks and his brothers played for a different Wangaratta team, and he'll tell you about that because they're still in the Ovens and Murray League. And what song are they doing? Oh, Holy Mary. The Catholicism is back on. And of course, Kip Karpik here is the final Melbourne supporter who didn't go to the snow. Well, he didn't go to the snow tonight. I think I'm standing on your lead. If you need a lead, you normally ring police rounds.
It should be pretty close, I reckon. Close enough for country.
And Paul is a little bit older than Luke Sinclair, but not much. But both football stars in their youth and have maintained that fitness ever since. And how close are we to take off? 5 seconds, and Paul's going to take off his shirt. So please put your hands together for Paul Hicks. And it looks like he's got Peter Bird from Lost in Suburbia here. And also Nevada, famous country band in Warrnambool back in the 60s, I think, or was it 70s? Late 70s, early 80s, they played at a wedding once. Anyway, put your hands together for Paul Hicks.
Thank you very much. That's not a good start. So as Marty would say, here's one for all the mix out there. Thumbing down that ocean road, just about Apollo Bay. Winter wind rustling through my hair, it's been threatening to rain all day. Coming into Port Campbell, it's a gamble if I'll ever be back this way. Holy Mary, pray for me in my hour of need. Holy Mary, pray for me. This sinner needs a feed. Had a job in the big smoke, but I didn't like it there. I dropped a little too much acid, started growing my hair. Though freaks to the left of me, gurus to the right, Dave Dawson, all trying to tell me that they'd seen the light. Holy Mary, pray for me in my hour of need. Holy Mary, pray for me. This sinner needs a feed. From down that ocean road, and I don't know what I'll do. When I get to Port Campbell, I'll probably head off to Warrnambool Board, going to see some people that I'd like to see. Bertie, I pray to Jesus that they'd like to see me. Holy Mary, pray for me in my hour of need. Holy Mary, pray for me. This sinner needs a feed. Holy Mary, pray for me. This sinner needs a feed. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Well done to the Livers.
And we did have a query from John Berto, the guitarist from the Dead Livers, as whether George Pell has that song in his itinerary, Holy Mary. It's one that he'll be using in the near future. Of course, he did play football or trained with Richmond, almost got a game, but they probably don't need him anymore. Holy Mary, great song, also recorded by John Schumann, who made his name originally with Red Gum, did a great song, I Was Only 19, and he's been to Bali too, and of course, Holy Mary, one of Marty Atchison's greatest hits, and one that's going to last forever. Now, who have we got next? Bill Jackson, General Bill Jackson. He and his brother Ross was a Vietnam veteran. They wrote some songs together which were on one of Bill's albums, and they included Bring Them On Home and Bitter and Twisted. But of course, Bill was with the Lamington Brothers, and he also played on the original version of Love to Have a Joint with Willie by the Dead Livers, and Lamington Brothers were on the same EP that was brought out and was sold at the Willie Nelson 1981 concert at the Royal Melbourne Showgrounds out of the back of a car by Peter Bainhog, who's now one of the guys who is the power behind Rock Quiz on I'm not sure if they're still on SBS or not. Bill Jackson, born in Albury, great town, great newspaper, the Albury Border Morning Mail, where Barry Cassidy started, shared a flat with this old bloke here, and also moved to Sale and went to school down that way in Gippsland. But he's got Roger in the band and Shacky. Oh, Richard O'Keefe. Oh, Ray Wiley Hubbard. This is the guy who, he lives in the Texas Hill Country, and more recently, 8-Ball Aitken has recorded an album at Yellow Dog Studios in Wimberley, which is the hometown of, it's the recent hometown of Ray Wiley Hubbard, but also the hometown of Kevin Welsh before he moved to the south coast of New South Wales with his new wife. We're ready. Okay, put your hands together for Bill Jackson and his backing band.
He was born in Oklahoma, and his wife's name was Betty Lou Thelma Liz. And he's not responsible for what he's doing, 'cause his mother made him what he is. And it's up against the wall, your redneck mother who has raised his son so well. He's 34 and drinking in a honky-tonk, just a kicking hippies' asses and raising hell. Well, he sure does like his Lone Star bitter, likes to chase it down with that wild turkey liquor. Drives a 57 BMC pickup truck with a gun rack and America. Love it or leave it bumper sticker, and it's up against the wall, your redneck mother who has raised his son so well. Well, he's 34 and drinking in a honky-tonk, just to kick in hippies' asses and raise hell. M is for the mud flaps she gave me for my pickup. O is for the oil I put in my hair. T is for Donald Trump's tits, and H is for Haggard. E is for ego, and R is for redneck. Up against the wall, your redneck mother who has raised his son so well. Well, he's 34 and drinking in a honky-tonk, just a kicking hippies' asses and raising hell. Let's do it again. Well, it's up against the wall, your redneck mother who has raised his son so well. Well, he's 34 and drinking in a honky-tonk, just a kicking hippies' asses and raising hell.
Jackson.
Thank you.
And I've just been told that Bill Jackson was the emergency singer at Port Fairy when Marty had his first baby. So that's going back a bit. And of course, Ray Wally Hubbard, born in Hugo, Oklahoma, moved to Texas, and he and his wife Judy raised a son, Lucas. And the last time I saw them all was at the 2006 July 3 picnic, which was in Carl's Corner in northwest Texas. And my partner's son, Jordan, had just been bought a Texas Longhorns gridiron ball and was backstage with it, wondering what to do with it. And this young guy came up and said, "I'll show you how to throw it." And they were throwing the ball together at each other for a while. And this woman came up and said to the young guy that she was throwing the ball with, "Oh, your dad wants you on stage." It was Lucas Hubbard, who was 12 at the time, but he's still playing with his dad. And he rescued him on stage in Texas the other day during Redneck Mother when a man got on the stage and wanted to be too familiar. Now, Shaki, has the running order changed again? Okay, we've got Danny Walsh coming up, and of course you might recall what I've just been learning, that up and down the line he has another song, Reservoir Stomp, which you're probably familiar with, The Dirt in the Sky, Rocks and Gravel. And of course, the other man that's in the band was in the original Dogs with Marty and Shaki, Leo Tellison. And he hails from the very salubrious town of Donald. And if you don't know where Donald is, you're really missing out. It's way up north in the Wimmera, on the way to the Mallee. But Donald, of course, is the place where I had some relatives, but I think they've probably passed. The Morgans and the Adams. They're still there. No, I didn't think they'd ever move. Leo got out. How long ago did you get out, Leo? Oh, he's on parole. And he needs another lead. Have we got any more Ray Wally Hubbard stories? In fact, yes, we do. When the Dead Livers performed in Tamworth one year, the year before they recorded I'd Love to Have a Joint with Willie, they were playing and they did Up Against the Wall, Redneck Mother, which you've just heard, but Bo Franks, who was Willie Nelson's tour manager, merchandising manager, was on a advanced tour here, and he got up on stage with the Dead Livers and sang Up Against the Wall, Redneck Mother. And we also have, the Dead Livers CD will be for sale tonight because Peter Bird went to all the trouble of remastering it, so there'll be a merchandise stall here somewhere. It's probably already here. Yeah, Peter Bird made a lot of money remastering it. He's going to donate it to the, not to the Collingwood Football Club because they don't need it. But they will meet their Waterloo tomorrow at the MCG when they play Geelong.
Don't worry about that feedback. That's just the angels telling us we rock.
And of course, you can catch Danny Walsh playing around town at various places. And in this very interesting break here, he might tell you where he's playing next.
At the just down the road at the Cactus Club on May the 26th on the Saturday night, we're putting on a voodoo show.
Voodoo, you might see Voodoo Chili. Was that Hendrix?
Supporting the Brown Spirits at Cactus. It's just across the road.
So if you're not feeling too cactus, get down there and catch Danny.
I feel very honoured to be able to perform here on the big celebration of the Dead Livers. With my offsider here, the Weed. I heard a lot of stories over the years about the Dead Livers before I'd ever had the pleasure of seeing them play. And once I was at Port Fairy 20 years ago, maybe, I heard a whisper that they were playing down at the Stump. So I packed up where I was, stage 5 or something like that, got my sisters and cousins, and we all ran down in the rain with a beer and caught the last two songs and had a big dance outside the stump. It was magical.
And 1848, I think the stump was founded, so
That was 2 years after that.
definitely a 50s boy.
And we've had a little crack at this song today, Weed and I. We had a gig last night,
Need a bit of that and a bit more keyboard. Well, like some.
and I really like the sentiments in this song, up and down the line, playing country music
Two. Can we get some keyboard, please? Have you got some?
with a bit of keyboard.
And this is the song you can hear every Saturday night at 9 o'clock on New Country TV, repeated at 3 o'clock on Monday afternoons. Up and Down the Line is the theme music, and we thank Marty Atchison and the Dead Livers for that. And
We're
Danny
in
will tell you some
DI4.
more.
Yeah, well, it's got the line, there was a time I thought we'd make it, but that's passed us by. And I thought about that a lot, those guys writing this song back then, and I'd think, if you're playing to a packed room 40 years after you formed, in my mind, I reckon you've really made it. And that's the kind of music I want to be playing the rest of my life. 40 years ago, I was born.
So there you go. A bit of colourful history, and we'll keep it going all through the evening here. I think all the technical problems have been sorted out.
Well, nearly.
Oh, okay. Well, Leo's going to tell us about his childhood in Donald.
Well, I went to school with Marty and Mick, actually.
He got out of town.
And I was in that first band with them, so we ran the talent quest and then we won it, which is pretty strange, wasn't it, really?
Was that 3HA?
No, that was at a place called Monterey College,
Oh, okay.
where only the best come out of there.
I thought you went on Battle of the Sounds on 3HA.
I wasn't on that trip, but
Oh,
they
okay.
certainly were.
Different dogs. Bit of canine spirit.
There we go. Well, country lads, they sure look fine in the silk golden suits, flash guitars and cowboy boots, diamond-studded boots. That kind of sight don't sit with us. We're just human beings. Hate to smoke and take a joke, 10-ounce pot of beer, playing country music up and down the line. Was the time I thought we'd make it, but that's past us by. We'll play that country music till the day we die.
From Tamworth down to Waterfall, from Brother Glen to Drum, we met some mates and left some beer, and then we moved along. With our wildlife fever, well, I never seems to leave you as you haul along that road. It's another town, another gig, and then it's back out on the road.
Playing country music up and down the line. Was the time I thought we'd make it, but that's past us by. We'll play that country music till the day we die. till the day we die. Day we die. Till the day we die.
Great night, everyone. Dead Livers, 40 years. Yay. Where are we? I couldn't work out what's going on, Steve. You all right?
That was perfect serendipity as the boys were performing up and down the line. It was also being broadcast on Channel 31 Digital 44. So thank you to Leo and Danny. No, I think they had the original. But anyway, that was a great performance up and down the line. One of those great country songs that will last forever. As
Still plugged in. You're still wired, Lee. You're wired.
well, if you come from Donald, you'll be wired for life.
I'll get the stand.
And the Dead Livers will be on very soon.
You forgot to say Danny comes from there too.
Very interesting time in 1982 after the Dead Livers had performed in Tamworth, and their song "I'd Love to Have a Joint with Willie" had been picked up by Willie Nelson as his PA before the concerts. Music in, well, it started off in Sydney, and of course there was Melbourne, and then we went to Auckland, and the first night that Willie Nelson was on stage in Auckland, the Hells Angels were backstage with him as his special guests, and there was a Samoan bikie gang called the Headhunters, and they were quite envious of the Hells Angels, so they started hurling rocks and bottles at Willie's support act, a guy called Don Bowman, who was a country comedian and also a DJ, and that resulted in an all-in riot, which made the front page of the Sydney Daily Mirror, the Daily Telegraph, and the Australian back in Australia, of course. So my news editor said to me, do you think it's going to happen again? I said, yeah, I reckon it'll probably happen in Christchurch and Wellington. He said, well, you better stay there for the whole tour. So I finished up driving the bus with not Willie, but his roadies and tech people from Picton, which was just across the water from Wellington. And then we went to Christchurch, which is the hometown of Barry Coburn, the guy who put together the very first release of Love to Have a Joint with Willie, Love to Have a Smoke with Malcolm, the Lamington Brothers, and released it as a four-song cassette, and that was on sale. Made the front page of the Truth at the time, the Sydney Daily Mirror. At that stage, Dennis Scanlon and Paul Macon were on 3DB. They played the song, then took it off halfway through and said, oh, we've been censored, but of course it was just another part of the Dead Livers publicity campaign. And then when Willie and Slim Dusty got to Adelaide, where Willie was performing and Slim was also on Adelaide, they were asked to pose for a photo for the front of the Adelaide Advertiser, and Willie said, oh, this is quite serendipitous. He said, seeing we're playing your song as our pre-concert interlude, Love to Have a Joint with Willie, and now I'm with the man who had the big hit with Duncan, and they decided that was a great idea for a photo. So once again, the Dead Livers were back on the front page, this time in Adelaide. Roger Delphos was still up in the mountains then. And of course, other news on the Dead Livers. Well, oh yeah, I was going to tell you about Slim. Well, one night, Slim thought, oh, I better go and see these guys who've done this song. So the Dead Livers were playing the Lone Star Cafe in Goulburn Street in Sydney, downtown Sydney, very popular venue at the time. So Slim, his wife Joy, and the daughter Anne, and the son David, and their respective families all turned up at the Lone Star Cafe to see the Dead Livers, and what a momentous night that was. That was, I think, the time that the John Berto was driving the ambulance, and it broke down just outside of Sydney, and they had to be rescued by a guy called Butcher Bob, who took them to a barbecue where he had a pig on a spit. And that was also very interesting. They will be here soon. Brendan, are you getting the scores from St Kilda, or haven't they started yet? It's nice to know that Richard O'Keefe and Brendan are great St Kilda supporters, and I also must congratulate Richard O'Keefe. He had a golfer in court the other day, Brett Ogle, I think his name was, and he tried to go for a name suppression because the next door neighbour Shiatsu was causing problems, and it was one of those administrative appeals tribunal cases, and well, the court registrar, and Ogle didn't want publicity. He said it was bad for his name, fighting a Shih Tzu or Shiatsu. I'm not sure of the pronunciation. Maybe it was a throwback from the Dogs, the pre-Dead Livers band in Hamilton at Monterey College, of course. They are coming on pretty soon. What other things can we tell you about them? I think Marty Atchison, of course, was the original lead singer and still the lead singer. And I think at one stage, Tex Nobody went to Tamworth with the Dead Livers, and that was the time they were banned with A.P. Johnson and various other people at the Workers Club. Because at that stage, they were performing David Allen Coe country porn songs, and it was the Vice Squad Sergeant's birthday, and also the birthday of Jim Oram, who was a journo on the Daily Mirror, who'd worked on Everybody's back in its heyday. And they performed these songs, which had, well, you know, David Allen Coe's country porn was a very refined taste, and they eventually got banned from the Workers Club. It looks like there may be some relief inside. Shacky's back. I'm not sure if he was back at the Workers Club. But also, I think the Dead Livers went in the Star Maker Quest one year, and they may have lost to Grand Junction, who have now retired to the north coast of New South Wales with Dave Tyne, whose brother Mike was the pedal steel player in the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas before he was relieved by Brendan Mitchell. I'm not sure what team Dave Tyne's brother Mike barracked for. Maybe the GWS, who had a few problems today too. I think one of their players might have touched an umpire. It's a very popular thing to do. Phil Carman did it the best. But he picked on a boundary umpire.
Thanks, Dave.
And Richard's back here now, thank God for that. Now, Richard also used to be a clerk of courts at Ferntree Gully, and he was benching for the one-armed magistrate called Max Saunder, no S. And whenever Max got to court in the morning, he'd have the briefcase in one hand, so Richard would have the hand out to shake hands with him, so he had to drop the briefcase. Hey. And another occasion, Richard had to swear in a witness who was a dentist. And he said, do you promise to pull the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth? I thought it was a pretty good joke. Well, I mean, that's how Richard got through law school. He just cracked jokes all through his law lectures, which ended up with him becoming a magistrate. And no, we don't need that there. That was all about you. And I know all about you. And of course, the other interesting thing, you might have been following the racing scandal where the Smurden guy got rubbed out for life. Now, the judge here in that case is a guy called John Bowman. Now, once upon a time, Steve Young toured Australia. He stayed down at Warrnambool and the night before his concert, which was at the Camp Hotel in Ballarat. And we got there, and John Bowman was in the audience because he was a mate of Ross Stevenson's from Lawyers, Guns and Money, which they were at the time. And the place was called the Camp Hotel, so I don't know if he still dines out on that. But John Bowman has rubbed all these people, well, only rubbed 3 of them out for life. That was the Milligan pair and Smurden. And what else did John Bowman do? Oh, there's a different John Bowman who's on New Country in a couple of weeks. He plays with a band called Mike and the Moon Pies. I think that's who he's with. John Berto, if you need guitar lessons, he's still available to give them. Brendan, are you doing pedal steel lessons? Oh, yeah. And we have the Dead Livers CD for sale tonight. Now, Shacky, whereabouts is it?
There.
Oh, here. But, oh, okay, you have to buy it off the stage. I thought there's a merchandise stall here. The merchandise stall will be set up during the first break. So if you can wait for that, you can go home. And all of the guys in the band will autograph it for you. That's the sleeve. Richard's still working on new jokes. There's somebody missing.
Yeah, Marty.
Oh, the singer. Maybe Hawthorne are playing. Oh no, they got beaten already. What a great T-shirt. That's for sale as well? Or just the wearer?
Where to find that?
That must be a very much a collector's item, that T-shirt. The Dead
There's not
Livers.
many people who can fit into the T-shirt 40 years after they first bought it. Most of us have gone to larger sizes.
And you will notice there's a Led Zeppelin T-shirt over here. And there was a story in one of the papers today about Bonham's son, who's still playing drums after the demise of his dad. Anyway, are you ready?
No, Marty not here.
Are you being served? Perhaps we could put that one on tonight. Mr. Humphries is here for you. He'll do your inside leg measurements. As will Molly, but Molly's not here. Molly did perform with the Dead Livers one night at the Esplanade Hotel. He got up in the chorus of Holy Mary. He thought it was Holy Molly. That joke could have worked somewhere else, perhaps. Well, Don's here anyway. Not Don Bradman. We could have resurrected him. I think his granddaughter is a singer now. I don't normally do this much padding, except when I'm working with Mr. Humphries.
I found him.
Here comes Marty, one of the greatest singer-songwriters of all time. Put your hands together for the fabulous Dead Livers.
Well, country bands that sure look fine in the silk and golden suits, flash guitars and cowboy hats and diamond-studded boots. That kind of sight don't cut with us, you see, we're just human beings. Hate a smoke and a toke and a joke and a 10-ounce pot of beer. Playing country music up and down the line. Was the time I thought we'd make it, but that's past us by. But we'll play that country music till the day we die. Well, from Tamworth down to Warrnambool, from Rutherglen to John, we met some mates and we drank some beer and then we moved along. But that white line fever never seemed to leave us a whole along that load. It's another town and another gig and then back out on the road. Playing country music up and down the line. Was the time I thought we'd make it, but that's past us by. But we'll play that country music till the day we die. It's a pretty safe bet I'll never be a millionaire. But the more you get is the more you want, so I don't really care. Just as long as my woman stays with me and there's a roof over my head. I got a big fat belly and a black and white telly and nice warm cozy bed. Playing country music up and down the line. Was the time I thought we'd make it, but that's past us by. We'll play that country music till the day we die. Till the day we die. Well, till the day we die. Well, till the day we Thanks very much. Thank you. The one night in a watch house, the one night in the pen, when nothing seemed to worry or doing Ken. Well, Ken used to drink at the station hotel. He'd get blind about every night. He'd look at the ladies and look at those bands, think he was doing all right. But the grog got to him and the money ran thin. Work just didn't seem right. And one of his mates said, let's pull a job. But Ken just thought that he might. The one night in a watch house, the one night in the pen, with nothing seen to worry or doing Ken. Well, those boys are in no condition to drive, let alone pull a job on a bank. But somehow they did it, they knocked off the car and they drove to that Fitzroy tin tank. Well, they slid through the door and Ken cocked his gun and they screamed that they wanted some money. But he was seeing four of everything and that place wasn't looking funny. Well, his mate said scram and he was at that door. Ken was a little bit late. There was smoke coming out the back of his head. He stopped pulling from a 38. One night in a watch house, one night in the pen, with nothing seen to worry or doing Ken. The one night in a watch house, the one night in the pen, with nothing seen to worry or doing Ken. Thank you. Hey, thank you.
Okay, we're going to put John on the acoustic guitar now. One of the greatest guitar teachers at Aquinas College.
Nah, keep it pumping.
Marty Atchison song called Rosemary.
Let me tell you about a girl I know, but she's the sweetest one around. I'd like to take her out one night, but I don't think I will just now. 'Cause you see, I have to drink a whole lot of beer just to talk to you. Yeah, I've been trying that line for a while. It ain't got me through. Rosemary, I'd like to know you someday. I'd like to know you. Rosemary's got a sweet young man. He's cool and drives a flash car. Watching a bank in the daytime, and at night he's a disco star. And he don't get drunk and fall over like I do. Well, I wish there was a line that I could use just to get me through to you. Rosemary, Rosemary, I'd like to know you someday. I'd like to know you. Next time I saw Rosemary, she was sitting in the bar. And I said, "What happened to that nice young man you used to be with who was cool and drove the flash car?" And she said, "I just got sick of doing the things he'd like to do. So I'm sitting here, sitting on the bed, just waiting. Who knows who?" Rosemary, Rosemary, I'd like to know you. I'd like to know you. I'd like to know you sometime. I'd like to know you. I'd like to know you. I'd like to know you sometime. I'd like to know you. I'd like to know you. I'd like to know you sometime.
Here's Roger Delphos with one of his favourites, and we certainly hope it's one of yours. This one's called Shotgun Rider.
When the sun comes up, I've got to leave this town. But I
shelter from the pain and the cold. Be my shotgun rider, shotgun rider, shotgun rider, shotgun rider, shotgun rider, shotgun rider, shotgun rider. Thank you very much.
Okay, here's a song that started off the evening with a version by Hannah and Rebecca. This one's called Old Man on a Bar Stool, and about an old man on a bar stool.
In the Glen Thompson Hotel, Shaggy. Come on. Embellish it a bit.
Yes, there's a man I met at the Glen Thompson Hotel 20 years after I'd been there, and I said to him, we were sitting in that stool when I was there 20 years ago, and
Yeah. And
he said, no, it was that one beside me.
you get it? It was 20 long years since I stepped in that bar. Stopped there by chance since the rest of my car. There in a corner where he'd always been. Old man on the bustle looking slender and lean. Well, you were there on that stool the last time I was in. 20 short years ago I said to him, "You're mistaken, my friend," he said with a smile. He was on beside me, but a change in a while. Don't work for the child. In that 83 fire, toward a nurse's old focus sun coming down. Had a lot of trouble, but I know an old frown. Dizzy spells, smoking too much, users wishing well, searching for luck. Doesn't drink anymore, doesn't drink any less. Just a habit in life, a survivor, I guess. And he told me his son worked for the shot, lost his old house in an 83 fire. Dawn and his old but the sun coming down. He's had a lot of trouble, but I know an old frown. I finished up my drink and I set to the park. Sat at the wall, had an old footed jar. He offered me a smoke, but I said I got plenty. He held up his hand and said, "I'll see you in 20." It was 20 long years and I'd be through. To wait 20 more years to see that man on that
Thank you.
Oh, we're loving it. We're loving it. How'd that go, Becky? Anna, not as good as yours. Forgot the words, but we got through it. We got through it. Ah.
Here's one called Lucky Tonight.
I feel so lucky tonight. I feel so lucky tonight. Well, I feel so lucky. I think my ship's come in. Well, I feel so lucky tonight. But you look so beautiful. You look so beautiful. You look so beautiful. rub the sleep out of my eyes. But then I'll know if you're real alright, and not some angel passing through the night. And when the 5, 6, 7 pinch me, babe, I must be in heaven. Yeah. And when I'm walking down the street, we've arranged for a place to meet. Oh, didn't fuck up then. Standing on a corner, waiting for my Sheila, and I got tickets to the pictures. Then we grab a ring someplace nice, the blue nun on ice. So lucky tonight. Yeah, I feel so lucky tonight. Yeah, I feel so lucky tonight. Well, I think I very well just might. Ooh, be in love.
Thank you. That was the guitar triple attack.
Here's John Berto with a song from his heritage. This one's called Mediterranean Moonlight.
Now it's time to have fun.
Cruising in my gondola, I'm eating pizza capricciosa. Well, now see them pretty little Italian girls as they walk along the shore. Drinking white wine sure tastes fine. Starts playing on my mind. Well, I ain't had enough, so won't you pour another cup of that Mediterranean moonlight? Come on. Well, you might think I'm living kinda lazy. Well, it's the only way I know to stop me from going crazy. And the housemaid's name is Gina. Oh, I'd really like to get in between her, but it seems like they don't have much call for her services around here. says, now don't you think that we better pour ourselves another cup of that Mediterranean moonlight? Here we go. Well, now I'm cruising in my gondola. I smell somebody cooking pasta figiola. What those sexy senoritas, they just smile and say, Bonasera, how are you today? And the waiter says, did I hear you call? Is there anything that I can bring you at all? I said, I ain't had enough, so won't you pour another cup of that Mediterranean moonlight? Yeah. Mediterranean moonlight. Hey, check that out. Yeah. Mediterranean moonlight. Mediterranean moonlight.
Thank you very much.
Fangola bastardo. Prego.
Okay, here's an old Hank Williams song, and we used to do some Hank Williams songs right from the very first gig, and
This is for Rita and John. Come on, dancing song.
I came in last night and I don't know when. The woman of mine, she wouldn't let me in. Why don't you move it on over? Move it on over. Move it on over. Move it on over. Move over, oh dog. The new dog's moving in. She told me once, she told me twice, but I don't take no gal's advice. Why don't you get it on over? Get it on over. Move it on over. Move it on over. Move over, oh dog. A new dog's moving in. John Farrell. Told me not to mess around, but I done let that deal go down. Why don't you slide it on over? Slide it on over. Move it on over. Move it on over. Move over, oh dog. A new dog's moving in. Pedal steel. Kinda small. We got good sounds in the wall to wall. Why don't you get it on over? Get it on over. Move it on over. Move it on over. Move over, oh dog. The new dog's moving in. Johnny Butto. On her knees. I'm busy now, but I got you, please. Why don't you get it on over? Get it on over. Move it on over. Move it on over. Move over, fat dog. The skinny dog's moving in. Roger Delphi. I don't know where. The woman of mine, she wouldn't let me in. Why don't you move it on
Thank you. John Reader, you win a door prize. What? 2 free trips to Queensland. Sorry, you won a free trip to Queensland, and second prize is 2 free trips. No, I didn't. I got to work on my comedy. But I could tell you one. I could tell you a joke. Have a crack. No. What did St. Patrick say to the snakes when he was driving them off Ireland? When he was driving them off Ireland? No. Okay. What did St. Patrick say to the snakes when he was driving them off Ireland? How's the drive going? Come on, Huey.
There's a song Marty wrote for the last album called Daydreaming.
Well, I remember when I was young, I used to play with my cowboy gun. And I rode an old gray horse and I called him Snow. My imagination, ride the range and keep it clean. White was good and black meant mean. There wasn't no other colors in between. They say daydreaming can be misconstrued. Some people tell me that it's very rude. In my life I found dreaming to be good. I dream all day if I could. Well, Sunday afternoons at Luna Park, through the tunnel of love, the kid, the palace, and the merry-go-round, but those rides are gone now. The Donald Duck X-29s, the choo-choo bars, swapping comics at the flicks on a Saturday afternoon. They say daydreaming can be misconstrued. Help me, boys. Some people tell me that it's very rude. But in my life I found dreaming to be good. Well, I dream all day if I could. Can do that one more time. Well, I dream all day if I could. Well, I remember when I was young, I used to play with my cowboy gun. And I rode an old gray horse and I called him Snow. Just one, get that one. I'm older now, but not much wiser. And black and white has turned to gray. But me and Snow are gonna ride again someday. Dreaming can be misconstrued. Some people tell me that it's very rude. In my Thank
Yeah,
you.
Give him a hand, Marty Atchison.
Thank you very much. No, fair income. Thank you very much.
I wish I could have written that song, Marty.
Fucking, how many people here? No, and here's the latest. Dave Dawson has been invited to Megan and what's his name? Fuckface, whatever his name is. She's marrying. He's been invited to the wedding. You haven't heard that yet, but you've heard it now. Dave Dawson's covering the wedding. We've let him go. We've said, Dave, we don't need you for a bit, mate. Well, you're our publisher, but you can have a couple of weeks off. So he's going to cover it. And he's also going to get up and sing, I'd like to have a
Joint.
with Willie at some stage when he feels like it. Because I know that's why you've all come. You haven't come to see me, or Roger, or Donnie.
Or John.
Oh, you might have come to see Shaggy, but
Martin
these two.
and Mitch.
Anyway, he's going to get up and do it. Unless he's been... no,
Standing
no.
room only.
Is it?
Standing room only is all she left for me. Standing room only as far as the eye can see.
I never did like to do house cleaning, avoided it when I could. She gave the term a whole new meaning when she left for good. The empty house, the shattered dreams were all that I could bear. But couldn't she have gone and left at least one of those chairs?
Standing room only was all she left for me. Standing room only as far as the eye can see.
I didn't mind that she took the car, I knew it wouldn't be here. I didn't even miss the fridge that held my ice cold beer. She needed all the cutlery, to me that just seemed fair. But couldn't she have gone and left even one old chair?
Standing room only was all she left for me. Standing room only as far as the eye can see.
Hey, two.
Oh, my ticket reserved a seat, but now I'm on my feet. Standing here all alone, a feeling hard to beat. I knew that things were falling apart when the moving began told me.
She helped him load the things on board, and then we shared a beer. She headed off down old Highway 1 and left me standing there. I went inside, but I could not find even one old chair.
Standing room only was all she left for me. Standing room only as far as the eye can see. Standing room only was all she left for me. Standing room only as far as the eye can see. As far as the eye can see. As far as the eye can see.
Thank you.
Big Shack.
Here's Roger Delphos with a song that. Did you write this, Roger? Yeah. Big Dipper.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. In the dead of night, they turned on the fairground lights. Place was closed, crowd have all gone home. Didn't make much sense as we sat upon that bench. Saw the kid way up there on his own. Watch him ride on the Big Dipper, yeah. Round and round he goes, round and round he goes. Watch him ride on the Big Dipper, yeah. Such a lonely night years ago. And on the other bunch of cars sat a bunch of bodyguards. And everyone was busy doing nothing. And if he happens to notice me or you, might give us a Cadillac or something. Watch him ride on the Big Dipper, yeah. Round and round he goes, round and round he goes. Watch him ride on the Big Dipper, yeah. Such a lonely night years ago. Was it Richard? Dead at night, they turned on the fairground lights. The place was closed, crowd have all gone home. Didn't make much sense as we sat upon that bench. Saw the kid way up there on his own. Watch him ride on the Big Dipper, yeah. Round and round he goes,
Not too much. We don't want to get in a big head.
I did have another joke I could tell them, Marty. It might be funny. There's two nuns who had died and went up to heaven. St. Peter met them at the gate and he said, look, I've let you in here probably, but I've got to ask you a question first. He asked the first nun, what did Eve give to Adam? He said, oh, that's easy, that's an apple. He said, all right, you can go in. He said to the next one, okay, what did Eve say the first time she saw Adam naked? She thought about it for a minute and said, oh, that's a hard one. He said, that's right, you can go in.
Michael Shack, you can always rely on for a good joke from him.
I don't
Not
get
as
it.
there's my one about St. Patrick Day.
I don't get it.
You got to go home and think about that one. I think I'm doing Dear Oh Dear. Thanks. Thanks. Did you like that one? You're not just clapping because it sounded good or anything. You like? Cool. Thank you. Because it's really good for my ego, you know. I stand over here singing and people are clapping and shit like that. But now I've got to hand you over to... Who am I handing over to?
Star of the West.
Oh, no one, me. Back to me again. Fuck. Jeez. There's no rest for the wicked.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, of all the hotels that I've ever been, and all of the motels that I shared those crazy scenes, this one that impairs my memory the best is the Runaway Mouse and Rigger Barnes, Star of the West. Started out gently one Saturday night, managed to avoid anything like a fight, and I drifted in Sunday, feeling quite poor, listening to Ron knocking on heaven's door. All out of barrels and all the beer taps, and all out the old men with the smoke road maps, and all of the young dudes put us to the test at the 5 a.m. session at the Star of the West. Well, I couldn't call for help, couldn't even dial it. Monday to Wednesday, we were on autopilot. And if there's ever a place to be a guest, it's down at Fort Ferry, at the Star of the West. All of the barrels and all the good taps, and all of the old men with eyes like romance. All of the young dudes put us to the test at the 5 a.m. session at the Star of the West. At the 5 a.m. session at the Star of the West. At the 5 a.m. session at the Star of the West.
Thank you. All the people from Port Fairy.
Big Shack. Anybody remember a song called Grandpa?
Yeah, it's not. This, okay, you can sit down there. Go on. This is a slow one. No, you want to fucking sit down. Trust me. Sorry.
On the
Did I
floor.
swear then?
On the floor.
I can't help
remember?
it.
Sit on the floor. There's no room out there.
No, this is a song called Grandpa, and I wanted to do it for all the grandpas in the audience. Yeah, I know. Thanks.
I am. Opa, actually.
And also for a great entertainer, a great singer, and a great songwriter, Peter Colton. And Peter passed away. You don't know Peter Colton? The fuck are we? What? No. Anyway, Peter Colton passed away, and he recorded this song, and it was released in New Zealand. I'm not boring you, am I? I'm nearly finished. And anyway, he's recorded this song, released it in New Zealand, and he died. And he was a great, well, he's a good singer. I don't know what else is great about him, but he was a Kiwi, so sorry, Ronnie. But anyway, PC Colton, yeah, that's how Willie. high-rise buildings and freeways getting the better of me. Where there was just one car, now you'll find 53. And if you think that's for the better, I tend to disagree. Find a place in the bush for the missus and me. Well, I remember the time you take me by the hand down to the MCG in an old green tram. We'd stand there all day in the sun, just being with you meant so much to this bum. Come on, everybody. So Grandpa, Grandpa, take me to the cricket. Let's watch those pommies lose another wicket. Grandpa, oh Grandpa, would you like it this way? Hey, hey. Been a lot of changes since you've been away. Well, sometimes I just don't know what to do, and I pray to the Lord to pull me through. But I would have found it hard going without you. We all need love, yes, I think that's true. So Grandpa, Grandpa, take me to the cricket. Let's watch those pommies lose another wicket. Grandpa, oh Grandpa, would you like it this way? Yeah. Been a lot of changes since you've been away. One more time. So Grandpa, Grandpa, take me to the cricket. Let's watch those arseholes lose another wicket. Grandpa, oh Grandpa, would you like it this way? Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Been a lot of changes since you've been away. Been a lot of changes since you've been away. Been a lot of changes since you've been away. Thank you. Thank you. We love you too. But yeah, we do. Not as much as you love us, but we sort of. Yeah, okay, we're going to have a short break. And just talk amongst each other.
We'll have a short break and
Blah, blah, blah.
set up the merchandise stand, and we'll be back in the last hour or so with more of your favourites and some special guests getting up to do some of their favourites.
Bye.
For the old ones, go and empty your colostomy bags.
So Richard's coming back as well. Nice to meet Greg here, who's knows a few old mates of mine, Graham Henderson, Laurie Ratz. Used to be undercover coppers, but now they got no hair at all. But that's a long time ago, and the Dead Livers, fantastic. 40th anniversary. Oh, yes, and Do you remember when Leon Russell and the Amazing Rhythm Aces toured here in 1981? Well, they closed the show for the Dead Livers at the Palais. And that was the night that Jack McKinnon, who was playing piano for the Dead Livers, got into Leon Russell's beer right. It was a whole garbage bin full of beer and took it back to the Dead Livers room. And we'll tell you more about the night that Charlie Pride closed the show for the Dead Livers at the Penrith Country Music Festival later on. Now, Marty's on his way up here.
Yeah, stay there, Marty. We don't need you for this one.
Okay. So while Marty makes his way back from Portland, Brendan Mitchell, who's a St Kilda supporter, of course, will tell you all about why Jack Stevens, the only bloke who can kick straight there.
Okay, here's a little song. We're going to send this one out to absent friends. One in particular, Neil Maxwell, who was there at the start. And this one's for you, Neilo. And we're going to feature Daniel Moylan on the trumpet.
Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Down by Wildside, I fell into the ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flames went high, and it burns, burns, burns. Ring of fire, ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a little child. Oh, but the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flames went high. Burn, burn, burn. Ring of fire, ring of fire.
We're going to do a song in C, and it goes from C to F. An old Beatles song. Mr. John Berto.
Whoa, hang on. Well, my baby's traveling on the one after 909. A little move over, honey, traveling on that line. A little move over once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. Said we're traveling on the one after 909. Well, I begged you not to go, you know, I begged you on my bended knee. You're only fooling around with me. Seven traveling on the one after 909. Packed my bags. I went to the station. Station man said, "You got the wrong location." Well, I checked my bags and I moved right on over. Then I find I got the number wrong. Yeah. Trouble driving on the one after 909. Well, then I move over, honey, traveling on that line. Well, then I move over once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. Seven traveling on the one after 909. She find I got the number wrong. Yeah. Travel, travel on the one after 909. Move over, honey, traveling on that line. Move over once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. Travel, travel on the one after 90. Travel, travel on the one after 90. Travel, travel on the one after 909. Thank you very much.
Well, we can't find the lead singer. We've got Roger Delphos now. This one's called Watermelon Time in Georgia.
Go, Rog.
Thank you, Detroit. You treated me good. I've been here longer than I should. I enjoy the money, but I miss my honey so. One thing's in my mind, it's watermelon time in Georgia. But it makes a country boy feeling down in the mouth when his heart's up north and his mind's down south. Baby, better make tracks today. One thing's in my mind, it's watermelon time in Georgia.
you, Roger Delphos. Now, if Peter Thorne is in the audience, he could make his way to the stage, being a ex-Telegraph and Data employee.
Thank you. Throw undies.
Throw incontinence pads.
Where is he? Now look at here, honey. You've been doing me wrong, and I ain't said nothing so doggone long. Think back to the time you've been cheating on me. So early tomorrow, I'll be setting you free. And I'll go and see the lawyer and an Ames of Elise. You don't like the charges, sue them, I did. Think back to the times you've been cheating on me. So early tomorrow, I'll be setting you free. Now look at here, honey, you've been doing me wrong, and I ain't said nothing, so doggone long. And I don't like the way you've been cheating on me. So early tomorrow, I'll be setting you free. Set me free, Brenda. Oh, wish my brother George was here. Now early tomorrow, I will finally be free. You won't be around for you to worry me. I thought it all over, no use pleading with me. So early tomorrow, I'll be setting you free. Now look at here, honey, you've been doing me wrong, and I ain't said nothing, so doggone long. And I don't like the way you've been cheating on me. So early tomorrow, I'll be setting you free. One more round. Now look at here, honey, you've been doing me wrong, and I ain't said nothing, so doggone long. And I don't like the way you've been cheating on me. So early tomorrow, I'll be setting you free. Early tomorrow, I'll be setting you free. Early tomorrow, I will finally be free. Thank you.
Roger Delphos.
Ah, stop it. You're only doing that because we're good.
Brenda Joy is making her way to the stage. Brenda, of course, the one-time musical partner of A.P. Johnson. What's that?
This is a new song Marty wrote recently. You probably haven't heard it.
Can someone get me a stub of your Vic? For fuck's sake. No, probably not. That won't work, Marty. That wasn't sweet talking enough. Fishing. Thumbing down that ocean road just outside Apollo Bay. When the wind's rustling through my hair and it's been threatening rain all day. Heading down to Port Campbell. Well, there's a gamble if I'll ever be back this way. Holy Mary, pray for me in my hour of need. Holy Mary, pray for me. Well, this sinner needs a feed. Held a job in the big smoke, but I didn't really like it there. Dropped a little too much acid, started growing my hair. Dog freaks to the left of me, and gurus to the right, all trying to tell me that they've seen the light. Holy Mary, pray for me in my hour of need. Holy Mary, pray for me. This sinner needs to be. Pray for me. This sinner needs to free. Holy Mary, pray for me in my hour of need. Holy Mary, pray for me. This sinner needs to be. I've just got to lower the tone again. Fitzy, can you get me a stubby of Vic? Or Justin? Nah, fuck it. Because, well, we had a rider out here, okay? Now, we're the rock stars. We've got the rider, and all these friggin' bloody guest stars get on and clean it up. Anyway, nah, they're terrific. That's a terrific night. Well, there's a train I gotta meet. Pick up my ticket when I'm half asleep. Standing on platform number 9, 7:27 Eastern Time. And that's a fact, this train is usually late. And that's the fact I end up wide awake, sitting back, coffee on a railway seat. And the steel and the stone of Flinders Street. Thanks, Pete. Roll over to Maribyrnong. And the next stop will be Footscray. And North Melbourne flashes by in the twinkling of an eye. As the mighty Westgate Bridge reaches to the western sky. Well, I got a weekly destination. If this train ever leaves the station, in the sunshine, further down the line. Get to school and the kids are cool. They wear their hats on back to front, push and shove, bounce the ball. They put the fists to the classroom wall. It's okay if they gotta fight, but I'm gonna be with my baby tonight. You're a tough kid, you gotta let me read ya. 'Cause I'm a history teacher. I will roll over to Maribyrnong, boys. And the next stop will be Footscray. And North Melbourne flashes by in the twinkling of an eye. There's a mighty Westgate Bridge reaches to the western sky. Well, I got a weekly destination. If this train ever leaves the station, in the sunshine, further down the line. Thank you. So you got homes to go to or anything tonight? Or, all right, good. Yeah, cool. Any Hawthorn supporters here tonight? No,
St Kilda.
just me and Donny.
Hey, Brendan, St Kilda, the mate.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I suppose you want me to crack another joke, do you?
Not
okay,
really.
Right. You say not really?
Is
then, joke?
Peter Thorne not coming? Anyway, this one's called Telegraph and Data Man. Sits there all alone, man with a telephone, never able to get a tan. Seldom that he works, but he sure does like the perks. Never shirks when it hits the fan. Signs on and off, morning and night, drifts through the day, high as a kite. Who gives a hell at the Carlton Hotel, where everyone loses their sight? Sun's on and off, morning and night, drifts through the day, high as a kite. Who gives a hell at the Carlton Hotel, where everyone loses their sight? Cells all go unstopped, he ships Carlton draft from Stubby's, bottles,
Close and
can. Seldom that he works, but he sure does like the perks. He's a telegraph and day-hater man. He's a telegraph and day-hater man. He's a telegraph and day-hater man. Thank you. Dedicate to any Telstra employees. Now, we've got Dave Dawson on the stage for his big hit, Love to Have a Joint with Willie. All the way from Glen Iris, a Geelong supporter.
victory!
And we do have a half-full team tomorrow to play Collingwood. We've rested a few blokes because it's only Collingwood. Does anyone remember the song? Because I don't.
Well, I'd love to have a joint with Willie. Yeah, I'd love to have a joint with Will.
We smoke at the Evening Star, and we always took our fill. We smoke so much good dope, we don't ever get straight.
Yeah,
I'd love to have a joint with Willie, cause Willie's me mate.
well,
I'd love to have a coke with Waylon. I'd love to have a coke with Jess. We smoke in the Evening Star, and we always end up screaming less.
A real Nirvana smoke.
I'd
Love to have a joint with Waylon, cause Waylon's a good bloke.
I'd love to have a coke with Kinky.
I'd love to have a coke with Kink. When you have a coke with Kinky, you do not drink so much, just lay it down the race. I'd love to have a coke with Kinky, cause Kinky's real pure. Snorts, that's right, snorts. Blow with Bo Franks. I'd love to have a blow with Bo. If you're alone with Ringo. I'd love to have a blow with Bo Frank. They blows real slow. I'd love to have a joint with Willie. I'd love to have a joint with Will. We don't so much into never broke out Will. Smoke so much good dope. We don't ever get straight. I'd love to have a joint with Willie, 'cause Willie's me mate. Love to have a joint with Willie, 'cause Willie's me mate.
Dave Dawson.
Only one person couldn't remember the lyrics. That was him. And what a great turnout tonight for the Dead Livers' 40th anniversary. And we thank you all for coming tonight. It's been fantastic to see Paul Madigan up the back there. And he ran, of course, some great venue over in Sydney Road in Brunswick. Madigan's Druids Lodge had some great acts on there. Billy Joe Shaver, Butch Hancock and Jimmy Dale Gilmore. Steve
Livers.
Young, Joe's son, Tiny Tim, Guy Clark. Is there anyone I missed?
Yes, I'd like to thank my brother Peter for coming and his delicious wife Anne.
Very good. And is there anyone else we need to thank before Marty finds his voice?
Only everyone for coming tonight. I can't believe it. I can't. Like, we had a gig. Shaggy organised a gig at another place, and it held 80 people, and it sold out. You know, fucking hell. And yeah, thank you. Thanks very much, everyone. You know, yeah.
So,
fantastic. Yeah.
what about our 41st anniversary next year at the very same venue? Would you all come to that? Great.
Maybe not.
So, thank you very much.
I'll have to talk to my agents about that one day.
You'll talk to your agents. The only sad news
bit
I have
short
tonight
now,
is
Dosh.
a big fan of the Dead Livers, a guy called Sammy Allred from the Giesenslaw Brothers, was a DJ in Austin, Texas. He also opened for Elvis on the Louisiana Hayride back in the 50s. He passed away at the age of 84, which is pretty sad news because he was a great friend of Bo Franks, who Marty just sang a verse about while I followed. But
I hung out with Bo Franks up in Tamworth because he was on his own and I was on my own. And he had a bottle of...
A marriage
I want
made
to
in
swear,
heaven.
I really want to say the F word, but I'm not gonna. He had a bottle of Jack Daniels, and we ended up sharing that, getting shit-faced. And yeah, but thanks to Dave, because Dave was up in Tamworth. I was a lonely guy, didn't know what was going on.
so I
And,
introduced him to a Texan who had a drinking problem.
Yeah, here's the other thing. We shared that bottle with who's the guy with the fucking cross eyes again?
It wasn't Kinky Friedman because he wasn't here that time.
No. What's it doesn't matter. Anyway, him, right?
That bloke.
Yeah. And yeah, no, he's famous. He just didn't hit me.
It wasn't Tiny Tim.
No. Who's a famous person that wears a dumb fucking Aussie hat? You know. Yes.
Chad.
Yeah. It was Chad Morgan. So they want to drink, Chad? Why not? And then he gave the piss up, right? After that, he gave the piss up. He had to.
But he was.
I would just like to introduce Dave to you. This is another Dave. He was our roadie at the Esplanade Hotel. He used to bring hookers backstage and all kinds of things. He survived somehow.
What happened to Possum?
Where is Possum?
Possum used to be a Dead Livers roadie at the Esplanade, and they used to bring him in on a Safeway trolley.
No, well, Dave was there too. They were the days.
I know about Possum. Possum climbed up a tree and he's acting like a nut.
Don't give up your day job, mate.
Anyway, you want to hear some more music? Marty is ready to give it to you.
Okay, we're going to take the night out. I think we're going to wind down about now. But here's a cover song we used to do a lot at the Renown, and
Who wrote it?
Esplanade, all those places.
J.J. Cole.
Written by J.J.
J.J. Cale.
Not
Any-
J.J. McRoach.
Any J.J. Cole fans in the audience tonight?
Yeah.
All right. We don't do what you want to hear, right? We don't do fucking cocaine. This is another one. Huh? Shut up, you. Get him off stage. Get security. They call me the breeze, 'cause I keep blowing down that road. Yeah, they call me the breeze, 'cause I keep blowing down that road. Well, I ain't carrying nobody, and I ain't carrying no load. Ain't no change in the weather, ain't no change in me. This is a big ask, boys. This is a big ask. Ain't no change in the weather, ain't no change in me. I might need backup on the vocals. When I ain't hiding from nobody, ain't nobody hiding from me. Well, I got that green light, baby. I got to be moving on. Yeah, I got that green light, baby. I got to be moving on. Well, I might go up to Shipyard Flats and on to Bateman's Bay. Well, I don't know. Let's get some big tug on. Thank you. I think it's time to say goodnight now. Where, Donnie? Delphos. They call me the breeze, 'cause I keep blowing down that road. Yeah, they call me the breeze, 'cause I keep blowing down that road. When I ain't carrying nobody, and I ain't carrying no load. Ain't no change in the weather, ain't no change in me. Ain't no change in the weather, ain't no change in me. Well, I we got one more verse, boys.
Yep. What verse?
Yeah, I've forgotten it though. What is it? Okay. Hey, you talk amongst yourself because I've forgotten the verse. Keep it going, boys. Keep it going. Keep it going. Come on. I've never been so humiliated in all my life.
I might go up to Shipyard Flats.
Backing boys have stopped it.
On the Bateman's Bay.
Anyway, it was gonna be something. Cheers. Okay. I hope you all got nice homes, nice warm homes to go back to, and don't get too cold. Nah, no one on the street here tonight. No, there isn't. That's good. I'm trying to think of another joke. You got another one? You're going for another one, big fella. All right, you'll get one.
Finish off with that, I think. Go on, boys. Stunt like me. Yeah, we do it. Stunt like you. Oh, well.
Okay, I can't sing this song because I've got cancer of the throat, but Roger's going to do it, and it's going to sound good. I'm only joking. I haven't checked out anyway. I might have. You never know.
It's a Russell Smith song.
What is it? Tell me.
Andy's on his side.
Sight.
The end is not in sight.
Yes, I knew it all along. I had to come back home. Living on the road, yes, it makes me tired and sore. Like a bird without a nest, like a stranger in the night. And my soul cries out for rest, but the end is not in sight. Like that magnolia wine, honey dripping from your mouth. That sweet little girl of mine, she's the finest in the South. Now the days are getting longer, nights are getting colder. Just wanna come back home, lay my head on your shoulder. I knew it all along. I had to come back home. Living on the road, yes, it made me tired and sore, did it, buddy? Like a bird without a nest, like a stranger in the night. And my soul cries out for rest, but the end is not in sight.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Roger Delphos.
Thank you.
So do you want more?
Oh shit, you're still there, are ya? All right, we're gonna do one more for you. Do you want to? I want to request though. I want to hear something that you guys know that we do. Huh? What? Oh, the Bell of the Dead Liver. It's a hard song to do, girls. We've got to get right up there for it, you know. Fair swimmer! Nah. Anything else? Sorry, Brendan. I'm on my own here. I fucking just, you know.
You still have a drummer, you still have a couple of guitarists.
Oh, cool, Dave. Where are you?
I'm just the ghost that
Oh,
never
mate,
sleeps.
Yeah, good. Dave Dawson. Where would we be without him?
And don't forget Paul Madigan.
And Paul Madigan, absolutely, yeah.
He came all the way
And
from the
who?
French island tonight. He was going to email in his sound, but we said we don't accept French letters. Is the bass player still here? We don't have any dead flowers here, Marty. This is a floral tribute to the greatest country band of all.
Okay. We've got to give him something. They're all standing there looking at us.
Mick Shack. Come on, Mick.
All right. All right. There's a bit of emotion for Dead Flowers, boys.
Flowers.
I don't like singing this song. I'm fucking 68, you know, like Dead Flowers. I mean, you know, you're all right. I'll do it, Fissy, for you, big fella. Does anyone else want to hear Dead Flowers? Come on, girls. No? Redneck Mother. Redneck Mother's made a comeback. Who sang that again? No, he's gone on, he's back in Booba. He's gone under Booba. They picked him up and took him back. It's sad, isn't it? Like he's only 68. He's in fucking Booba. You know what Booba is? Yeah? Anyway, here's a Mick Jagger song and a Keith Richards song. Well, now when you're sitting there in your silk upholstered chair and talking to some rich folk that you know, I'll be in my basement room with my needle and my spoon and another girl to take the pain away. Come on, take me down, little Susie, take me down. I know you think you're the queen of the underground, but you can send me dead flowers every morning. Send me dead flowers by the mail. Yeah, send me dead flowers to my wedding. Alright, and I won't forget to put roses on your grave. Do you reckon I look like Mick Jagger? Hey, can you pick it? Take me down, little Susie, take me down. And you can send me dead flowers every morning. Send me dead flowers by the U.S. mail. Send me dead flowers to my wedding. Alright. And I won't forget to put roses on your grave. I got one more in me. Well, now when you're sitting back in your silk upholstered chair, you're talking to some rich folk that you know. Well, now I'll be in my basement with my needle and my spoon, and another girl to take pain away. Take me down, little Susie, take me down. I know you think you're the queen of the underground. And you can send me dead flowers every morning. Send me dead flowers via the mail. Send me dead flowers to my wedding. Alright. And I won't forget to put roses on your grave. Who wants to do this? Donnie? Have a crack, Mike? Roger Dolphos. Johnny Burdo. Take me down, little Susie, take me down. I know you think you're the queen of the underground, and you can send me their flowers every morning. Send me dead flowers via the mail. And you can send me dead flowers to my wedding. Alright. And I won't forget to put roses on your grave. No, I won't forget to put roses on your grave. No, I won't forget to put roses on your grave. Thank you. Oh, I've got to thank Mick Jagger for that. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards wrote that one. No, you're not getting any more. What do you want for fucking $6? Come on. Get home. Go on. Yeah.
Thank you.
Not gonna happen, mate. Not gonna happen.
I know it's you and you know it's in me.
Thanks for coming along. Make sure you come to the 41st. Well, those of you who make it.
Thank you. And Richard O'Keefe will be here. He'll be still sitting on the bench.
Hang on, Dave. Sorry, mate. I've just got a young man come up saying does you remember the first gig we did at Kathy Shacks and 40 years ago? And yeah, it did happen. I mean, I didn't mean it to happen. I've done a lot of my life since, fun fucking backyard barbecues and stuff. But
A Brighton backyard is
anyway.
pretty hard to beat.
yeah, it's very. That's where it started. All right, thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Yeah.
And there are still CDs here tonight to show your appreciation.
Thank you.
Michael Shack will have the
That's all right.
CDs down the front here for you.
Can you look at me when you're clapping? You mind? Thank you. Yep, that's nice. We're going to finish up now. That's all there is. That's all there is. So, I'm sorry. Neville Shark, Kathy Shack. All right. Is that going to get me into trouble or something? Or is it going to be fucking lawyers after me? All right. I don't know if I can say this. Oh, sorry, Dave.
It's all right. I'll just say, come back next year. The 41st will be a real sort of, what do you call it, a segue. This is a segue to the 41st, isn't it?
The only catch is, Dave, it's going to cost you $50 a head next year. So, save up.
What if they come headless?
Think of all the money I could make. Fucking hell. 50. Nah. All right, Dave.
There's Hank Williams, the man, the myth, the legend. 29 years old, died on New Year's Day, 1953. There you go. Anyway, thank you very much for coming out tonight, and Marty will also autograph the CD on his way out when Shacky puts them on sale again. And for those of you who got nothing on tomorrow, you can always come to the MCG and see Geelong and Collingwood.
So has anyone got any CDs they want me to sign?
There you are.
No. Shit, that's a surprise. Well, sorry, Dave, I'm still on air. We're still on air, mate. We're still going.
Hawthorn is still a chance, though, Marty.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
So anyone else wants their CD signed, just make an appointment with the singer Marty Atchison or the bass player Mick Shack, who we should thank for actually organising this gig tonight with, of course.
I'm just wrapped. I came down from Portland, which is a 5-hour drive, and here we are, and it all happened. It did. It sounded good. I was proud of it. Thank you.
And 3 guitarists, John Burdo, Don Farrell, Roger Delphos, Michael Shack on bass, Richard O'Keefe on drums, Brendan Mitchell on pedal steel, Brenda Joy guesting, and all those other great acts like the Shackettes, Bill Jackson, and many more. So thank you very much for coming out tonight, and CDs, here we are. Michael Shack Mick has actually cancelled the milking tomorrow morning at Yarp Turk to sell these CDs, and also the gardening.